The catfish are back again. Look at this. Look at this, guys. This is something that I've been seeing new as of late. Look at all these catfish here. Hold on. Look at all of them out there. I don't know what this is about. I have not seen this in a really I've never seen this before. This is the second time in quite a while that I've seen these catfish out here. What up, Tom Delaney? But look, I don't know if you guys can see. Those are all catfish down there in the water. And a lot of people have been telling me that they think that they're spawning. Here, hold on. Let me see. I know this. I just wanted to show you. Look at this. Look. Look at all those goddamn catfish there. And I don't even know what this is about. Why they're doing this. A lot of people are saying they're spawning, but I've never seen them school like this before. It's crazy. And they're not even the good catfish that you can eat around here. I don't know if this is a good sign, a bad sign. But, anyways, all right. So, let me get back to the Tuddle Daily Podcast live stream. And I'm not wearing the hoodie to try and be cool or anything. It's just, it is really, really cold out here tonight. And I know a lot of you guys that are up north are probably like, oh, Tuddle, you're being a pussy. You know, it's not that cold. Gotta remember, I'm a Florida cracker. I've been living here in Florida all my life, and I do not handle the cold very, very well. Harry Potter Daily Podcast. There's my producer, Vulture. Anyways, speaking of Vulture, I want to thank him. Look at what he got me. This thing has been keeping me pretty on key when it comes to my working out. He got me an Apple Watch for my birthday, and it's really, really been helping me out. At first, like, I never understood, like, what the big appeal to the Apple Watch is, but it is really, really cool. I'm learning a lot of the bells and whistles. I need to find myself a case because I've noticed, like, reaching down into stuff. It see, now this thing is getting me. Let me turn this bitch off. Anyways, so no, if any of you guys know, like, where I can get a good case for this Apple Watch that I've gotten, I'm really, really enjoying it. I love my Apple Watch. Yeah, it's great because it keeps you, it has your, like, daily, like, workout regimen. They want you to be standing for a certain amount of time every single day. Yeah, I mean, if you're down for that. Oh, no kidding. Yeah, that's why I want to get a case for it because, like, I just been reaching down Tom Delaney coming in with 99 cents. Don't forget, if you're just joining the Tuttle Daily Podcast, you guys can super chat. Just look at that little dollar sign there. I don't care if it's a buck. Help out the cause here, people. I did 2 shows today. I ended up spending the weekend with my best friend Colton over in Tampa after Thanksgiving with my mom and her friends. And I'm going to get into that a little bit in more detail because I talked a little bit about it on today's Tuttle Daily podcast, but I wanted to save some of the stuff for the Tuttle Daily podcast live stream. But I ended up going over there and hanging out. And, well, here, let me back up. I'll get to what happened on Thursday. I got up. I ended up baking a lot of pies with my mom. Yeah, you're probably like, oh, that's woman's work, Tuttle. No, you got to remember, I grew up an only child. My dad was working all the time. My mom was at home with me. And we did a lot of baking. I'm actually a pretty good baker. And I need to get back into it. I need to start doing some baking tutorials on my YouTube channel. I think it might be pretty cool. But we baked 4 pumpkin pies and 3 pecan pies. Ended up bringing one of them over to Colton's parents' house. Yes, Ian Hannah Holmes. If you're in the market to buy or sell a home in the Brevard, Volusia, Flagler area, or you know somebody that's looking to buy or sell a home, go to my good buddy Ian Hanna. He is a whiz at virtual tours. You know, you don't even have to go look at the house. The guy is a whiz when it comes to drone footage, and you're not even going to have to get off your couch. You can see exactly how the house looks. Go to ianhannahomes.com. So we baked the pies and stuff, saved one for Colton. Hey, buddy, how you doing? Hope your Thanksgiving was good and your mom is well. Yeah, you know, I didn't even realize this, guys. And this is Ian Hanna coming in with $20. Thank you, Ian. I'm going to give you a call tomorrow, Ian. When is a good time that I can give you a call? I just been really, really swamped, and I do apologize. But I want to get you on the show. I want to talk about the real estate stuff. I really think right now homes are just selling left and right. And I want to talk to you. Do you think the bubble is going to burst again like it did in 2008? Yeah, it is pretty goddamn cold in Florida right now. And I got a lot of wind. You can't hear it right now because of the mic that I have. It does do a really, really great job at cutting down on the wind and everything. I don't know. How does the audio sound tonight? I would love to hear from you. Also, would love to get some feedback. Me and my producer Vulture, we figured out that we can take phone calls while I'm doing the Tuddle Daily Podcast live stream. But what I'm trying to do is, the thing is when I do the YouTube live streams off of Zoom, the video does not fill up the whole screen. And, you know, like, I'm piecemealing this whole thing together. And I would like any of you guys out there that are techies and would know how to figure it out. How do I, when I am going to broadcast from Zoom to YouTube, how do I get the video to fill up the whole screen? Because I've noticed whenever I'm doing my live streams off of Zoom, it doesn't fill up the whole screen. But my producer Vulture has figured out that if I do it through Zoom, and the number that I give to you guys to be able to leave voicemails, 407-270-3044, I would be able to take live phone calls during the live stream. Is that something you guys would even be interested in? Because if I can't figure out how to fill up the video where it's going to cover the whole screen, because I've noticed, like I said, when I do it on Zoom, it doesn't fill up the whole screen when I go back and watch it. So if any of you guys can help me, email me, tuddle@gmail.com. That's Tuddle with two Ds, Tuddle @gmail.com. Would you guys rather have the video that you're seeing right now or a video? And I don't want anybody to think that the video is poor quality, because it's not. But it just doesn't fill up the whole screen, but I would be able to take live phone calls. I really, if you're in the chat room right now, I would love to hear from you and see if that is something you guys would like. And if you can help me out and figure out how to get Zoom when I'm broadcasting from Zoom to YouTube to you guys, how to fill up the whole screen. Would you guys, I mean, if you were able to call me during the Tuddle Daily Podcast live stream, would you guys do it? I don't want to sacrifice video quality if you guys are not going to call in. And you can remain anonymous. You definitely could. So I would like to hear from you. If you don't want to say anything in the chat room, like I said, you can email me, tuddle@gmail.com, or leave me a voicemail, 407-270-3044. Maybe I can do a Tuddle's Cribs when my mom is visiting with her two friends, Brenda and Louise. They've been playing a lot of gin rummy over there, doing a little bit of gambling. So I think that would be a good time. But I also want to clean up and make the place look halfway decent. But I think that is a great video idea, guys. So back to my weekend in Tampa. Thursday, I go and actually have Thanksgiving lunch here at the Hobo Fish Camp. It was kind of like a potluck dinner. Did that. Then I took my mom over to her friends, Brenda and Louise. She hangs out there. And then I go over to Orlando and hang out with my good friend, Lennon Murphy. If you get a chance, check her out. Follow her on Facebook or Twitter. It's Lennon, Lennon Murphy, Murphy, Murphy. And I've been hanging out with her. I've been doing the Thanksgiving dinner thing with her since I got divorced back in 2014. I have not missed a single year. And I actually like it. A little fact about Lennon Murphy. Do you realize that she was sued by Yoko Ono, the widow of John Lennon, because she was using the name Lennon? Lennon, yeah. So I booked her on the Monsters in the Morning a long, long time ago, and we've been friends ever since. So after I got done with that, it ran a little bit late. Do not say F Billy Napier, and I'm going to get into the new Gators coach hiring, talk a little bit about the Florida State game. I don't know if you guys remember back in the day where Florida blew that big lead up in Tallahassee. It was famously known as the choke at the Doak. And the way the game ended up Saturday in Gainesville when they tried to do that onside kick, and the kicker completely whiffed on the onside kick. Hey, thanks, man. I really Toon says the driving cat. But if you guys didn't see that, you go to YouTube and just Google Florida State onside kick, because the guy whiffed. He barely tipped the ball. It came off the tee. Game over. And the first thing that popped in my head, the choke at the Doak. People love rhyming. I came up with a great idea of calling it the whiff at Ben Griff, because the name of the stadium at the University of Florida is Ben Hill Griffin Stadium. Do you think Deion Sanders is going to go to FSU? I really don't know. I will say this. Deion would be a hell of a recruiter, but I do not know. He's a very inspirational guy. I know that Deion could get the players fired up. Like I said, he would be a great recruiter, but I don't know if he is quite ready. He's a legend at FSU, but I don't know if he is quite ready to take over the reins. But I mean, he can't do any worse than Mike Norvell. So back to what I was saying, I got out late from Lennon's house, and then I got over to Colton's around 9:30. Traffic was really, really bad. Hung out there. We ended up just hanging out, smoking some weed like we usually do, just watching TV. Went to bed early, and then got up on Saturday. Now, he's been talking about this place. Have any of you guys been to Florida Cracker Kitchen in Brooksville? I think they got a couple of other locations when it comes to the Florida Cracker Kitchen. He was going to go ride his bike, and it was just way, way too cold. His riding buddy ended up canceling on him, so we ended up riding up there. We got up there early, and it's a really, really cool spot. They have their restaurant. They got like a club slash tap room slash liquor tasting place. Then they got like a big old shopping plaza there with all their merchandise. They got a big ass stage out back where they perform. And for a little town like Brooksville, it is a hell of a complex. But I got to tell you, I got there and I ordered shrimp and grits. And a lot of people, a lot of my friends were like Amy Sinha, who is from the United Kingdom, that does some of my voiceover work, read some of the news stories and stuff that I do. When I told her shrimp and grits, she was like, "Oh, what? That's not a breakfast food." But no, it is. I've always loved fish and grits. The one decision that I got to make at my wedding when I got married up in Savannah, Georgia, was I wanted shrimp and grits at my wedding for the dinner. So we had these like little martini glasses and we filled them up with grits up to the like very very top of it, and then around the rim of the martini glass were shrimp, so you could eat the shrimp and grits. I know it sounds, fancy white trash and stuff, but I ordered the shrimp and grits. And they bring it to the table, and I'm like, all right, I see the shrimp, I see the sauce and all that good stuff, but where are the grits? Because I had what looked like two pieces of bread there on the plate with the grits, and I waited until the waitress came back, and I was like, look, I ordered fish or shrimp and grits. Where are the grits? Well, what they had done was they mold the grits. Oh, Iggy T, you're from Canada and you don't even know what grits are? Oh my god. I mean, it's almost hard to explain. It's kind of like almost like a grain type thing. It's similar to oatmeal, but it's not sweet. And it's these like little grain things. They boil them down. They get nice and they got a great texture to them. I like cheese on my grits. Just look it up, Iggy T. Iggy T. Can you don't even have to show your face on TV or on the video, but can you please? I don't even know if they have grits in Canada, but I would like a Canadian's perspective on grits. Could you do that for me? Because I really, really do think that would be some great content. You can just do a POV shot, like a POV porn. Well, I'm not trying to creep you out, but like yeah. Like yes, my cousin Vinny, Nelly Mandingo, nobody knew what grits were. And they ended up solving the case because of grits. But you know what, Iggy? I'll message you on Instagram and we'll try to set it up. But if you could find some grits and eat it, and I would just love your reaction, a Canadian eating grits, and even if it's just audio, I would love the audio. I'll play it on the Tuddle Daily podcast. So what they ended up doing was molding the grits into what looks like a piece of toast. Then they battered them and then they fried them and then they cut it in triangular pieces like a sandwich. And that was the grits. The waitress had to explain to me, "Oh, the grits are right there." And it was completely different, but it was good. Could have had a little bit more seasoning on it, but the service was impeccable. So we get done eating, we walk around. If you want to see some of the pictures that I took of while being at Florida Cracker, you can go to any of my social media at Tuddle on Twitter, Facebook.com/Tuddle, Instagram.com/Tuddle. You can see all the pictures that I took from Saturday at Florida Cracker. Yeah, grits are cheap as hell and good. I love them. I absolutely love them. But so then we got done. We walked around. They got to look. If I was still a drinker, that would be the spot that I would post up at because it is great. The whole place seems like it's decorated from Mike and Frank from American Pickers. All the signs are all roached out, old. They got some old car, rusty. I mean, it's just a great thing. And their logo is pretty cool. It is a cowboy boot upside down like the state of Florida, and where Lake Okeechobee is a star. I mean, it's pretty amazing, like promotional, like just tagging. Why not on YouTube? Well, I didn't want to do any videos and stuff. I got a lot of video content from this weekend, but I did do some pictures. Oh, yeah, I know, Iggy T. But I mean, the one video that I did post from my weekend with Colton was me eating dog food. He's got two dogs. He's got one really, really big dog, and then he's got this small little Chihuahua. And, Chihuahuas get cold. It was cold as hell this weekend. And there were two things with the small Chihuahua. One being that the dog wouldn't eat his food. And Colton kept saying, "You're talking too loud." And I'll admit, I am a loud talker. But it's because I project. I always think that I'm on the radio and I gotta project my voice and be loud. And maybe I was scaring the dog, but the dog didn't eat all of its food and it was sitting there. And, in true Colton fashion, he dared me to eat a piece of it. And he didn't think I was going to do it. I was like, all right, if I'm going to do it, turn on your camera. And he ended up filming it. Now, going back and watching the video, it was a completely different story because the dog food was not that bad. But when I went back and looked at the video and zoomed in, because I held it close to the camera, you would not believe the amount of dog hair that came off the Chihuahua, because the Chihuahua sheds. It's a white Chihuahua. It sheds all over the place. And I swallowed like a hairball of Chihuahua hair. And yeah, it's also on TikTok as well too. And I know it was a short, dumb video, but I'm trying to do more of that stuff, like the good old days when I was on Bubba's show. And I'm gonna get to. I want to talk a little bit about Bubba. It's gonna be really nice and short and sweet. But the other thing about the Chihuahua was that the Chihuahua loves to cuddle up the next to people when it's cold, because Chihuahuas they don't have a lot of body fat. They get real cold. So this dog, I sit on the couch. The dog just gets right up in my lap, and the dog cut the rankest, stankest fart. Like, I mean, holy crap! Like, you wouldn't think a 3-pound dog could let one rip the way he did, but man, he Dutch ovened me, because I did have a cover over him, and this little mother effer Dutch ovened me, and was like, you know what, screw you. I got up. So that ended up being Saturday. Saturday. Well, let me back up a little bit. Saturday, um, we ended up getting back in time for the Florida State game. Man, that I've watched the Florida State games. Yes, yeah. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button, guys. It does help me out with the algorithm. Look for that little thumbs up button. Click on that, because it will help my videos show up when people search for other things, and it'll come up with suggested videos. So hitting that like button is very, very important. And also, don't forget, I am now monetized, and if you want to super chat, you can easily do that. Even if it's $1, it'll be greatly appreciated, because the reason I wanted to get a day ahead on my shows again is because tomorrow I'm going to be doing a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff. I'm finally going to get Wi-Fi here. I'm going to get that worked out. I'm going to do that to begin with, because I think that also may help when I can do the Zoom videos. And I still didn't hear from any of you guys. If I made it available where you guys could call in and talk to me during the live streams, is that something you guys would be down for? Because I don't want to sacrifice the video quality if nobody's going to call in. And I promise you, it's all anonymous. I've been playing voicemails since the beginning when I did this podcast, and I've never, ever once, no matter how much, and most of it's a lot of hate voicemails. Yeah, I did do it sober. But I've never ever like given out anybody's phone number that's called in and hated on me. So I would like to hear from you. If you don't want to do that, you can email me or leave me a voicemail. So I ended up watching the Florida State game with Colton and his dad and his mom, because they're Florida State Seminole fans. Colton's sister, Carissa, and I look at her as a sister, so I'm not at all going to like say anything, but she's a really attractive girl. She went to Florida State. She graduated from. She ended up graduating from Florida State University. But that's why they're Seminole fans. Colton's dad loves Oklahoma. I didn't get a chance to talk to her or talk to her. I saw you. Yeah, she is hot. But I didn't get a chance. Lincoln Riley left Oklahoma to go to USC. And I know exactly what that's about. Lincoln Riley just realized, holy crap, Oklahoma and Texas are going to be playing in the SEC. I got to get the hell out of here. I got to get the hell out of here. I got to go to the Pac 10 or Pac 12. I don't know what it is now. So, Lincoln Riley, the head coach of Oklahoma, is now going to be the coach of USC. So, it was kind of cool to watch the game in hostile territory. I ended up getting the Florida Gators fight song. So, whenever they did score you should come up to Jacksonville and hang out a couple of days up there. Great content. Dude, email me. I'll come up to Jacksonville. I've been up to Jacksonville quite a bit. But I had the Florida fight song, and after every touchdown, I was playing that. But I didn't get to do that very much because the Florida game was the worst game I've ever seen those two teams play. So got done with that. Hey, Tuddle, my buddy just one of your classics. Come get the receipt shirt. Surprised you can still order them. Oh, wait a minute. They're still selling come get this receipt t-shirts. Like I don't own the patent on that. I know matter of fact, I may actually do have the rights to that. Because the guy that did it for me, and I'm not going to blow him in, actually did that artwork for me and sent it to me. He did send it to me. And that whole picture is from the T-Town G's music video that we did, where I was holding an airsoft gun with a 1,000-round clip. And I actually said that I didn't come up with the phrase, come get this receipt. It's actually a wrestling term. But if they're still selling those, I think I own the rights to that image. And even if I don't, I know who does. And I'm not going to pursue it or anything. But I will say this. A lot of you guys have been telling me, time in and time out, that Bubba has brought it up. Oh, we're going to get Tuddle to do a exclusive podcast or an exclusive show on Bubba Army Radio. And like, I'm working on something. I'm working on like a test show to be able to send them. You know what? I'm just going to say it. I talked to Blitz. I talked to Blitz probably 3 weeks ago. And I've just been really, really busy. Been down in the dumps. Like I said, not last week, but the week before, I was really, really down. And it's I feel bad for putting it off. So, you know, maybe the reason I haven't is because I haven't turned that in. But I've heard them talk about, you know, having me do something exclusively, because I can't be on the terrestrial show because of things that I've said in the past. I'm not even going to mention why I can't even be on there, but I just can't be on the terrestrial show. And I'm down to do it. Like, I am not even asking to get paid to do the exclusive show. And it's not going to be a rehash of the content that I've already done. I'm going to give them exclusive, brand new, fresh content. And they don't have to pay me. I just want to be able to promote the content that I'm putting out. And if you guys are in the chat rooms, especially on Twitch or Facebook or YouTube, you know, look out for me, man. Bring it up. Tell them, say, hey, Tuddle's been talking about this, and I would like to, you know, help me out, man, because Bubba's not a guy that you want to bug. I know a lot of those guys are busy, so I don't reach out. I will say this: Lummox called me on my birthday to wish me a happy birthday. We were supposed to meet up this weekend to be able to hang out, but never got a chance to do that. But I thought it was cool that Lummox did. Look, all I need is a phone call. I just need a phone call, and they tell me what they want. Because I listened to the show today when I left Tampa. Matter of fact, I was supposed to leave on Sunday, and the Sunday after Thanksgiving, especially between the hours of 12 and 7, are the busiest days of the whole year on the road, as well as the most dangerous, on top of driving down I-4, which is one of the most dangerous interstates in all of the United States. It's one of the shortest as well too. But they had I-4 shut down right there in Lakeland because two cops took fire from a dude, and by fire, he shot some rounds at some highway patrolmen because he was parked in a construction area in the median in between those concrete barriers. They still haven't said what the hell he was doing there. The highway patrolman go and knock on the window. He gets startled and shoots a couple of rounds out the window, and the two highway patrolmen Swiss cheese him. Like the dude died of lead poisoning. And when stuff like that happens, they shut the whole entire interstate down at Lakeland. And that's the main vein to get from the West Coast to the East Coast. Now I could have went way north and got on 50, but 50's got way too many traffic lights, and I was like, you know what, screw it. My mom said, I don't need you, I'm fine, stay another night, and I did. But I listened to the show this morning. I gotta go. I just called home, and all right, cool. Well, thank you, man. I appreciate you joining. But I listened to the show today, and I got to tell you, it's good. It is good, but it's different. I have not been listening because I've been staying busy. I'm constantly getting ready for the content that I'm putting out. I am putting out a lot of content every single day. You guys wanted me to start being consistent, and I am. I'm being very consistent. I want this thing to grow. I don't want to have to go back to radio. Now, if I got a gig, yes, there's just something about terrestrial radio and doing it live. It's like walking a tightrope. So I'm not saying I wouldn't, but I wish I could just make enough money, and I'm doing well right now, but it could be better. But I was listening to the show, and the show has changed. And that's why, like, I need to start listening more. I need to figure out what direction the show is going in right now. Not a lot of heat going on. You know, back when I was on, there used to be heat. People would get heat. Some of it would be fake. Some of it would be real. And if I'm just being honest, and I'm not gonna mention anybody, and that's the thing about it is like I should never concern myself with what other people have, but it's hard to do. It really, really is hard to do because I've put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears on this. I really, really have. Yeah, I did. I'm sorry. I'm tired, man. I drove for 3 hours today. I still sat in traffic. But it kind of like pisses me off a little bit when I hear people that aren't even radio people get a microphone. And it took me years to be able to get a microphone on my own, to be able to sit in the studio full time. I love Dr. Dan. I think Dr. Dan does a great job on the show. But also at the same time, like, I wouldn't walk into Dr. Dan's office and expect that I could put in a pair of Diacos or breast implants in a woman or do that fat suction removal or do a tummy tuck or facelift or inject Botox. Just like I wouldn't expect him to be able to come into a radio studio out of nowhere. And like I said, I like the Diacos. I think Dr. Dan, for not having much radio experience, he's doing a great job. He really is. Yeah, I mean, that's a good idea, Raymond B. I want to be calculated because I think I only got one shot at this. I really, really do. But I will say, listening to the show today, Bubba is still as sharp. He is still the GOAT when it comes to the radio. Yeah, see, that is why I cannot hate on Dr. Dan. Because the man, when you want to look at determination, willpower, never give up, never be satisfied. The guy already went to medical school, which I think took him 8 years, and he wanted to better himself. And then he went and became a lawyer just like his other two brothers. So not only is he a MD, but he's also an Esquire. Yeah, I could easily do that, Raymond B, but I also wanted to be able to premiere on there. So I don't know how I'm going to do it. Not going to, no, I really don't. But no, like I said, Bubba's show, he is going to be just fine. He's picking up affiliates all the time. His Twitch numbers are killing it. I like that Blitz is getting a lot more mic time because I really do think Blitz is funny. I mean, yeah, Dr. Dan is a hero. I get it. I really, really do. Well, thank you, Raymond B. And I don't want anybody to say, like, look, I think Bubba is still the GOAT. He can do a radio show by himself or anybody that you put in the studio with him. I think Anna is starting to meld better with the show. Yeah, I did hear that one. Are you talking about the one where Bubba had mentioned that he was going to let one of the female listeners or have access to the TikTok? By the way, I think their TikTok account did get banned and deleted. But I think Blitz made the comment when Bubba said that he was going to give it to one of the listeners. And then Blitz made the comment that, oh, you mean the same person that's already had 2 TikTok accounts deleted? And Bubba just, man, I had not seen him have that much heat in a while. And that's good, but I don't think that's the direction that the show is going right now. And like with anything, you have to evolve as a person, personally and professionally. So I think he's doing great. I wish that he was on a better signal over in Tampa and stuff. But you know what, though? I think eventually Bubba will go Twitch only. It's a lot less stress. You ain't got to worry about the FCC banning you. You ain't got to worry about program directors. You don't have to worry about pissing people off that work at the station. And if you could do that, let's be honest, Bubba revolutionized when it came to radio personalities. Starting out on Twitch, we all thought he was crazy, like Twitch. But come to find out, and I will admit, when Bubba says that Twitch was keeping on the lights for quite a while, it really, really was. And now, not only is it keeping on the lights, it's paying employees, it's getting new equipment, this and that. And I also like what they're doing with the podcasting, which I would love to be a part. Oh, well, good for him. Houston is hold on. New York, LA, Chicago. I think Houston Galveston is the number 4 market in the United States. That's pretty huge. Like, whenever you can get syndicated to a top 10 market in the United States, you are killing it, my friend. All right. My extremities are starting to get numb. I'm getting really, really cold. And I did 40 minutes without even knowing it. So I'll continue my weekend in Tampa tomorrow because I got even better stories. I want to thank everybody for joining me. To tomorrow's Tuddle Daily podcast will be up later. Also, don't forget to follow me on Twitter. Bounty Hunter coming in with $5. Bubba told me last week he has a major syndication deal in the works in January. Okay. I mean, if you could put a good word in for me, yeah. Anyways, I love Bubba. You gotta admit, out of all the times I've been let go from his show, the other times I was a complete asshole. I mother effed him every chance I could. Not this time. I will admit this. I'll tell you right now, and I told this to Bubba personally. Bubba saved my life. Even though I absolutely hated it, it was the worst 11 days in my life. Yeah, go ahead, Nedley Mandingo. Bubba did save my life by Baker acting me. Even though those 11 days in the mental institution were absolute hell, Bubba saved my life. He did. And I was a dick when I came back. And I understand he got pissed. And he let me go. No hard feelings. No bubbles, no troubles. Just waiting for Nedley Mandingo's question to come in. And then I am going to get out of here. Because literally, I am freezing. Not literally. It's not cold enough. I don't even know how cold it is right now. Come on, Nelly Mandingo. Scratching for traction. Yellow. Where's your question? Yellow. Got a boater coming by. See if you can see him in the background. Hold on. Hold on a minute. I have to super chat. Okay. All right. Go ahead, Nelly Mandingo. I'll wait around. Look, I'm like a panhandler. I will be a street performer, play a fake violin like those gypsies. It's probably Canada. Yeah, you're probably right, Iggy T. I think it's 52 right now. It's supposed to get down into the 40s today here in Central Florida. But Iggy, seriously, I want a grit review. And please, do not try the grits until you record. I want your first real initial reaction. Please, please, please. And if you hate them, you're not going to hurt my feelings. I didn't invent grids. But I really, really would love to get your opinion on it. I will send them to you if I have to. I will send you some grids. But then you're going to have to look at, all right, $10. Out of all the BTLS, what 5, including you and Bubba, would you work with best? Okay, if I'm just being honest, I hate when I say that because I do hate when people say it. If I'm being honest, no, I lie to you all the time. All right, so Bubba definitely, me, Spice, Manson, Blitz. That would be my 5. B-Fud, I can't get a hold of him, but that would be my thing. Bubba, myself, Spice, Manson, Blitz. Because a lot of you guys forget about it, that I was a co-host / producer for Spice when we worked at 1025 The Bone in Tampa. And I got to tell you, it was some fun-ass radio we did every night. Anyways, guys, I'm out of here. Thank you, Nedley Mandingo, for the $10 and the question. Hope you guys enjoyed tonight's show. Hope you guys have a great night. Don't forget, Tuddle Daily Podcast will be up for you tonight and first thing tomorrow morning. See you guys.